What's up YouTubers, it's time for another episode analyze and review, and today guys we're looking at episode 19 of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. And honestly guys, this might be the most emotional episode of it all. We've got the continuing duel of Akure's Aizen versus Playmaker. We've got Playmaker's history finally laid out and Playmaker's heart completely spilled out. But before we get to all that intense part, let's just talk about the duel, because I'm pretty sure we all were really happy with what the duel has to offer us. It may be only a few turns, but we definitely had something incredible. We had Playmaker starting off with just after some Firewall Dragon, which of course got weaker by Tangle Hound's effect. But Playmaker fought back with a spell card known as Linkage Hole. A card enabled him to destroy both Akure's monsters, which were Tangela Beast and Tangela Angel, which in combines protected each other. Which of course, if you destroy them both at the same time, with some of the cards such as Raigeki, it will just get the same effect. Neither of them can protect each other if they're both getting destroyed at the same time. Afterwards, the Playmaker attacked with Deco Talker and was getting ready to finish him off with Firewall Dragon, only to get interrupted by Akure's Tangela Denali trap. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name. Which destroyed Deco Talker, since it's the one that attacked him, and enabled him to call out a monster from his extra deck called Tandil Acute Cerberus from his extra deck. So another trap that brings out a monster from the extra deck. When are we going to get cards that let us instantly bust out an Xyz, Synchro or Fusion monster without having to have the requirements? Why is it only Link monsters at the moment that are getting cards like that? We haven't even got a card in real life that lets us summon Link monsters instantly. Why is it all in the anime at the moment? It's a bit quick. But anyway, this is a very powerful monster. With its effect alone, it went from having 0 attack points to 3,000 attack points. That is pretty powerful, the top right there. It was already having enough attack points to beat Firewall Dragon. But I've just lost my place guys, so give me a sec. Trying to attack Firewall. So yeah, on then Akure's turn, it then tried to attack Firewall Dragon, but it got saved by Playmaker's trap, Doppel Phase Coating, a trap to protect Firewall Dragon from being destroyed once per turn, which is all he needs really, since he's only facing one monster with 3,000 attack. But then we learn more about Tugger Acute Cerberus's other effect, which was after it dealt damage, it can then, or after an attack I should actually say, it then got to summon out a token to one of the link zones it's pointing to, and because of that it gained 500 additional attack. And because this is a link free monster, it can then have its attack points at the moment, if he doesn't get another Giant Beast or Angel in the graveyard, it can then have its attack points in maximum 4,500. And since it gains 1,500 per Giant Beast and Angel in the graveyard, and we have 3 of each, let's see, 4,500 for about maximum 3 copies of each card. So times that by 2, that's 9,000 attack, plus the 500 from each link zone, that's 1,500. That is 10,500 attack points, guys. That is a beast stick of a monster. I definitely don't want to face that off if it comes in real life. Jeez, I wouldn't say surrender. But then of course, Aka then played Generic End, a trap card to make Tandil Acute Cerberus invincible, unable to be destroyed by effects, battle. So the only way to take it out is by the trap card. You gotta just MST that card as quick as possible. Ugh. So yeah, at the moment with attack points of 3,500, it's pretty hard for Playmaker to stop him. So at least Playmaker to try and destroy a token alongside with his magic card Alert Lance to give Firewall Dragon piercing damage, which of course failed because Akira then played the trap Morlea Shield to negate any damage that was done. Then came Akure's turn, which he then played Naga's Protection, a spell card that enables his monsters in the main monster zone to no longer be destroyed by battle or by effect. So now he's got a basically invincible line. Add on to the fact that it deals double damage, it's pretty much over for playmaker. Even after while I was arguing with I mentioned that he's got less than a 5% chance. Even I gotta agree, that's nearly zero. I can't even see a way through that, guys, unless you MST the cards and then Regeki the field. But no, he has no cards in his hands, only left one draw, which he then sets. This is when the duel gets intense, guys. And I know it seems I'm rushing through this part, but this is why I want to talk about. This is the part here that I want to talk about. Blue Angel then interrupts the duel, saying that she wants to hear Playmaker's story. We then hear Playmaker's story and what happens. The story is known as the Loss Incident. Basically what happened in this moment, 6 children alongside Yusaku, young Yusaku, got kidnapped and then was placed into this room where only a VR helmet was used. So with this VR helmet, they were forced to duel. Literally forced to duel. And if they lost, they got an intense electric shock. Now that is just cruelty to children. Who would honestly think of doing that? That is honestly evil. If that comes over to us and 4 kids have to dub that, I hate to imagine how on earth they're going to get round that. Are they just going to cut out the story entirely, or is VRAINS not going to get dubbed? Because let's face it, guys, that's an intense story. We might not see that in the dub. We might just get something different. But that is still very intense. And to make matters even worse, that throughout the entire time, all they could do was sleep, eat, and duel. And the only food they'll get was dependent upon how good they were dueling. If all they did was kept losing, all they get was a drink. Now that's just completely cruel. Cool. And to them, they didn't know how long they would. But according to Zyzen, it lasted half a year. 800, sorry guys, wrong number. 182 days. That's an equivalent to 6 months. Could you imagine being in that kind of situation where you are forced to duel, and if you fail, you get zapped? That is just pretty much cruelty, guys. That would completely put people into despair. True, the victims got released, but they didn't. Anyone out there in the world that can tell you even anything that's related to that, whether they've been kidnapped and been stored away for months on end, been attacked for no reason, been tortured for a long period of time, they can all tell you, even I will tell you, that it stays in their mind. It's nearly hard to get out. Incidents like that are not easy to get rid of. It stays with you. And Playmaker showed that. He showed when he got back into society, he could not cooperate with people that easily. He was in the back of his class attempting to smile, but all he could think about was the pain that he went through. He even had night terrors, flashbacks to when he was a child, even to his current age. And that is honestly just painful. And to make matters worse, it just shows how revenge-filled Playmaker is. That's why whenever Akari tried to say that this is not a good day to do, please stand down, that's why he got so angry. Because he can't. Not until he gets the satisfaction he sees that no one would go through that. So long as the people are out there, he knows it's going to happen again. That's why Playmaker is fighting with all his might. He even knows the name of the project that kidnapped them and did all this to them. It was known as the Hawaii Project, which instantly connected to everyone's heads that it could have been the Knights of Hawaii that did all that to Playmaker. It then made sense to them. And that's why Playmaker has been battling the Knights of Hawaii all this time, because he's linked them together. But I may as well say this, guys, maybe it's not Hawaii. As we saw in Playmaker's flashback, we saw that there was like an eye thing generated. It could have been an AI, it could be Cyverse for all we know. It could be Eyes, or the Ignis's source. Or maybe it's another creature entirely, which we're probably going to be facing in the future. But we don't know yet, because as Akari said when Playmaker finished his story, there's at all the extent that you know. There's more that you don't know about. And of course, guys, that instantly flared up playmaker, instantly wanted to make him win. Which of course then we had a quick cutaway and we can't see what happens till the next episode. Why? But yeah, guys, honestly, I honestly wanted to quickly get that off my chest because literally I felt intense just holding this in. I had to let it out. With next episode, we got the conclusion of the duel and Playmaker unleashing all his power. We're basically seeing Playmaker in overdrive. We've got him in top gear. Nothing's going to stop him. But all he has is his face down, his Firewall Dragon, which only stopped being destruction once. Which means it all ends up on Firewall's Dragon's effect to bounce back cards. It's up to his face down, which we don't know what to do. But truly, can Playmaker fight back with those cards? Or does his trap card have another effect? But then again, we do have Akari and he still has some face downs left. So it all depends on that moment. But we definitely know something amazing will happen because we saw Ghost Girl, Blue Angel and Akari had a shock expression on his face. So yeah, guys, that is my conclusion and talk about for this episode. This was an intense episode and I honestly can't wait for the next episode. I'm hoping next week happens as soon as possible. I'm giving this episode 10 out of 5 cards, doubling up on what it can do. So I honestly hope next episode is not a huge disappointment. That is what I'm hoping for. So yeah, guys, I'm now going to go cool down. Whew, I'm feeling really tense. So until next time, guys, this is me signing out. Bye bye.